Hello.
Hello.
Hey, everybody!
We did it.
Hey, guys. We did it. We're here. We made it. Welcome to Stealthy Elf Productions. This is the first session of our new campaign, New World Rebellion. This is part of our Heroes of Histaeria series. This is one of three campaigns set up in a post-apocalyptic homebrew world. Before we jump in, we got to say hello to our players. Starting with Hazel.
Hi, I'm Hazel. I'll be playing a Kitsune witch. And my real name is Hannah. You can find me right here on Stealthy Elf Productions, playing in all kinds of Heroes of Histaeria campaigns. Pathfinder2e. You can also find me sometimes, occasionally, maybe, over on Tales Archived.
Adam.
Hello. My name is Adam, on Mr. Adup. That's MRADDUP. You can find me anywhere online under that name. He, they pronouns. You can find me here now because I play Elder Taruk on Unearthed Inheritance. You can find me in January over on Tales Archived, playing in our Pirates game that we played last night. We're playing L. And tonight, I'm going to be playing Isfit, who is the bastard of the team. It's on to you.
My favorite. Hello, I'm Button. My pronouns are they, them. I'm Blue Button on social media, and today I am playing Amanita, the little fungus leshy kineticist. When I am not playing this character, it's pronouns. We're going to do our best. It's kind of tough. I also play Cress in the Unearthed Inheritance campaign. And when I'm not on this channel, you can find me over on Tales Archived, where I play Echinacea Belrose and Anorian Springtide. Nigel!
Hey. I'm Nigel. I'll be playing.
The sword's just out of frame a little bit.
Oh.
Damn.
Lean on
Bring it in. Pull it in a little bit.
There you go.
Hey. I'm Nigel. I'll be playing Fenrir, a barbarian in the current campaign, and I doing the other thing for Heroes of Histaeria. I am in Sandsea Sagas.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll pass it off to Max.
I am Max. I am playing Domingo de Posto, a Alvarian noble that is a sorcerer mixed with bard. Very excited to be bringing back this legendary character of many fun, amusing adventures of the past. I also play Edenor in the Heroes of Histaeria, our Sandsea Saga campaign, and you can find me on the occasional Saturday. Very exciting to bring him back, and we'll see if he survives on this exciting day.
That's the
Depending
question.
on Ollie. Will he make it? You're just gonna have to watch.
Watch and find out.
We'll see.
Next time.
And I'm Roland Hanok-san. You can call me Ollie. I'm also Lycus the strategist on the internet and on Sandsea Saga, the other thing that you can find me here doing. But today I'm playing Kaldor. I'm just a little guy. I'm just a boy who likes to murder people because that's what I was taught.
There we go.
Learn behavior.
But the armor is perfect.
Ting.
Kaldor is a 19-year-old orc Nephilim Grim spawn, because I think the ancestry is... I don't know. There's a lot of things to this one that don't line up. Point is, he's an orc with big horns.
He's a horny orc.
He's a big
Horny
horny
orc.
orc.
That won't have problems later.
And he's the champion. He's going to try his best to stand in the front and not die this time.
All right.
This time.
And guys, I'm going to be your GM. My name is David. You can catch me here as the game master of all of the Heroes of Histaeria campaigns. That includes Sandsea Saga, Unearthed Inheritance, New World Rebellion. And then you can also catch me over at Tales Archive when I play Whistle, the Hobgoblin Fighter in the Noon Room / campaign every Sunday. Except the last one and tomorrow and today.
And tomorrow.
Today.
Some
Is today
Sundays.
Sunday?
Today is Saturday.
Today's
bud.
Saturday.
Get wrecked.
Whoops.
What's
And
am I?
that's why I felt like this session snuck up on me. And starting in January, you can also catch me over at Tales Archive when I play Gin and Tonic, the changeling piece of shit bard.
But we love 'em.
The
We
driftwood piece
love
of shit.
them.
The driftwood piece of shit.
Yes. Okay, guys. So this is our third ElfCon gathering, but last couple times we've merged the two campaigns, Sandsea Saga and Unearthed Inheritance, and this year we decided we're going to go official and we are going to start a new campaign solely for ElfCon. All right, so that's why we're here. Our players are level 2. They are using the 2. They're using the free archetype system additional rule as well as the Ancestry Paragon, so they're probably a little bit stronger than your average party. And let's just do quick round of who are you playing. We'll start with Ollie and then make our way back around the table, finishing up with Hannah.
Description of.
Yeah, who you're playing, quick little description.
You can see them up on screen right
They are on screen right now.
Ah.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, also, guys, we got Alec from Tales Archive running tech for us.
Alec!
Hey, everybody,
Alec.
how we doing? I'm here, bud.
And that was Alec with the news.
Back to you, David.
to you.
It's windy.
It's windy.
Next with sports.
I saw a fish.
Next with orcs.
That's right. It's outdoors.
Sports? Oh boy,
Yeah.
picked the wrong guy for this.
The ball went in. We did it.
Goal basket. Anyway.
Touchdown, Lakers.
So yeah, a little information about Caldor, aside from what was already been spoken, is that the main driving idea behind this character was that I wanted to have an axe that I hammered into someone's chest. It's a thing I've wanted since I was a little boy.
Remember we mentioned the
That's
school
terrifying that you had that thought as a little
give him
boy.
time.
They're like, I want to do this to somebody.
Your poor mother.
Just a wee lad.
And I finally got this character with the chain and the. I'm excited for it.
Every little boy's dream.
Murder.
With an axe and a hammer. But yeah, some slightly more information about him. Like I said, he is an orc, and unlike most orcs, he was not born in the Storm Isles.
Yeah, Tempest Isle, Storm Isle, sure.
Got it. So close.
They've got lots of names.
Probably.
And he was born outside of that region and has a little bit of a hard time with his connection to his own people. So he's really trying his best to be a good orc. And he's finding his own with his magic as it sings to him in a way.
Almost literally.
Actually, quite literally.
Quite literally.
But that's all I really have for you. His armor is gold, but only because it's painted and varnished so that it looks fancy.
Nice.
It's just low quality bronze armor at best. And yeah, that's our boy.
And big ups to Ollie for doing the art for this campaign.
Yes.
True.
Ooh woo. Can we get an appreciative ooh woo from the table?
1, 2, 3.
Okay, I'm just gonna say, audio wise, that was a fucking nightmare.
Hey, chat. You're welcome. Get in the comments.
Get in the comments.
Get in
Tell us how you really feel.
Speaking of telling us how you really feels, Domingo.
Domingo. So, he is about a stark opposite of our friendly Calidor. He is a average height Alvarian half-elf with raven black hair and a low pony. That's the fashion of the nobility. One eye does look a little bit off, but aside from that, everything kind of clicks, right? He wears the finery of his family's house, with red with kind of gold embroidery. The phoenix crest is all on his chest, but also on his flowing cloak, and it is very elaborate with flames wrapping around the phoenix as it's twisting upwards. And if you continue to do that, I'll
You talking to the flames?
Yeah, yes, you'll be caught in the flames. It's very complex, and it almost was done purposely because it makes it more expensive, because Domingo is a Deposto, who we will learn more about the Deposto family as we go along. Or, if you watched our Zero sessions, Domingo walks with poise, but he does have a cane in the fashion of the nobility, even though he doesn't need it. It's just really, a statement. It is a cane segmented with a small decorative and artificial skull that has made of polished stone, and it does have some tusks. So he does make statements, and he is very much a noble of his time. But he is a sorcerer, so he's not very imposing, but he certainly has presence.
I'm nervous.
Yeah, a noble of his time was definitely a
I
line.
know. Yeah, when he said a no this, I was like, oh boy.
A noble of his time. I don't trust him.
Down with the bourgeoisie. Fenrir.
So definitely much more simpler than the posto over there. Fenrir is pretty much born an orphan and has been fighting all his life. You can see from his attire, he's got some daggers by his knee. He's got, maybe not as much clothing in the art for maneuverability. I couldn't exactly dress like that right now because it's a little too chilly.
Pretty sure Twitch has rules against nipples, so.
True. And you can see that he's got a massive sword.
A massive what?
Because as massive sword.
A massive
Sword.
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 Because growing up, he's always had to practice with a larger blade in order to try and even himself with the adults.
I've been training with the
Ambitious.
blade my entire life.
I've been training with an extra
Yep.
large blade.
Pass with flying colors.
Yeah, I think that's probably
That's
it for me.
Fenrir. All right. Amanita.
Amanita stands exactly 2 feet tall. 2 whole apples tall.
Big
It-
apples.
Hysterian apples.
That's big apple.
They're special. It is a fungus leshy familiar of the witch Mycene. It is sort of like the porous texture of any Amanita mushroom, but it has sprouted sort of arms and stumpy little legs that it bobbles around on top of. It can be seen with sort of an almost like an angel and a devil on its shoulders, but the shapes give way to these portals to 2 different elemental planes. The elemental plane of plants, where everything is lush, verdant, growing, and then the deep, dark depths of some ocean. Not a hint of blue, just darkness. And it happily summons from both of these planes, as it is a kineticist. It has big black eyes with pinpricks of starlight that every once in a while will be stitched with patterns like constellations, binding them together. And whenever they look at Isfit, those eyes get little heart constellations.
So I'm playing Isfit. He is a Shisk, so essentially like a porcupine person. He has quills coming out of his face, massive ones that kind of line and almost look like mutton chops.
Puberty was rough.
What was that?
Puberty was rough.
You could say that. But no, so he is covered in tattoos on his arms. He dresses very fancy. Not a noble. Need to not a noble. Very much not a noble. Just acts like one because he knows how to fit into society the best ways possible. As I said from the top, real bastard. He wears too many earrings, too much jewelry, but that's just kind of his thing. He has currently, because we're in the darkness, his eyes are completely blacked out except for the color has gone to a gold and almost looks like a burning sun in his eyes. So it's just a black void with burning, almost this burning orangey gold in his eyes. Yeah, and he just kind of is, again, a bastard is just the easiest way to describe him. So, on to you.
Oh, yes, up next.
Yep.
So I am playing Hazel. Hazel is a kitsune witch. So She's got these little fox ears and not one, but 2 big bushy fox tails. And she is otherwise, presents humanoid, feminine.
We're adults.
She wears a sort of a slinky-looking dress beneath a kind of a kimono-style silk robe, red, white, and black cherry blossoms. And let's see, she has a brown leather adventurer's pack. You can't see any weapons on her, but she does have a small component pouch inside her robes. And she has a crooked, like, redwood wand that she kind of keeps up her sleeve. And her teeth are sharper and pointier than most people's teeth. Yeah.
That's a fun detail. I thought you were just going to get into like her general dental health.
Her teeth?
Her teeth are pretty good. She's got a twice-a-night flossing routine.
Real straight on the
Colgate
gums,
extra
though.
strength.
We're putting a watch on number 9, and
Putting a watch on.
that's what the dentist always says, Adam. Let's put a watch on that one.
All right.
Watch on it?
Let's
My
put a
teeth of yours are being watched.
let's put a watch on this game. How
Okay.
about?
Woo!
Okay. All right. Well, guys, that's our fantastic crew. We've got a whopping 6 players, right? So it's a nice big party. It's Pathfinder 2nd Edition. And guys, what do you think? Should we just do?
Let's
Ready
do.
for it?
Let's go.
Shall we go?
It's time.
To do.
Oh,
Are we
wait.
going to toast?
Yeah, we're gonna toast.
Okay, a
I
toast.
wanted to do it as it's in sync with the start of it.
Sorry.
No,
Could-
you're
could
fine.
just close it up again. And just reseal it.
Give me a minute. Hey, we gotta take a tech break on this
Yeah,
one.
quick tech break while we replace Adam's drink.
Find a new drink.
Patrick, can we get a...
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
To the new world.
Rebellion!
Woo!
Now, rebellion seems a little extreme.
Fair
Shut
enough.
up, Domingo.
Rebel now.
Child of the current administration. Yeah.
Yes. Doesn't seem to be in my best interest.
Guys, before we hop in, I'm just going to do this real quick one time for everybody, and I'll try to remember throughout the session, but content warning. All right, this is going to be a big one. There's going to be a lot of violence, lots of gore, quite a bit of gaslighting, exploitation. This is a heavy one. So our New World Rebellion campaign is pretty dark. So
18
take care of yourself.
plus.
Love it.
18 plus, yeah, definitely viewer discretion advised. Also, if you get triggered by pronouns, this is not the place. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's our usual comments.
Yeah.
It is weird.
Okay,
It is
We call
weird.
that often.
right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Also,
All right.
call those he they.
Good to know. Yeah. Appreciate it. All right. Well, friends, let the rebellion begin. Okay.
Wait a second.
Our story begins with an old man in King's regalia, standing alone over a throne that is ringed by statues in the throne room. The back of the throne, very fantasy, consists of a collection of blades. Golden crown adorned with 7 gems rests on the seat of the throne. And the man's lips tighten as he looks at the crown. There's a silence in the room, so that when he whispers, "Ring the bells," a slimy, slithery voice speaks from the darkness. "You heard the sovereign elect. Or, rather, you heard the sovereign elect." The bells of the Liberty Citadel ring out over the ruined city of Red Hessel for the first time since the sovereign elect's initial address after the first wave. For the first time since the unimaginable destruction of the last wave that sank Red Hessel in a citywide landslide. For the first time since the world stopped turning and permanent night has fallen. And as people gather in the streets and they make their way to the Liberty Citadel, summoned by these ringing bells, many of them think the same thing. They wonder the same thing. The same question is asked. In essence, are these about to be the last words of a dying republic? Many of those gathering know that Sovereign-elect Deposto is, while somewhat involved in the management and distribution of essentials in the city, the true hand behind those resources is the one-time crime boss, now turned philanthropist, Lelantos. They know that Caleb Deposto's dwindling militia garners little respect compared to those pledged to the Patriot Blades mercenary band, commanded by Daedric Bond. And that despite the blatant exploitation of the former Tempest Isle holds to bolster his numbers and protect against the Brahm, everyone knows that the tribe's true fealty lies with their leader, Kabok Stormborn. So, our adventure is going to begin with Hazel and Fenrir. As the two of you have just arrived back in Red Hessel not long ago, as you arrive through the ruined gates and you get a look out at the destroyed city beneath, that's again kind of fallen away beneath you into the sort of like tiered levels. Now, you hear the bells ringing out over the city, and you can see people gathering to make their way over. It's been a while since the two of you have been in the city, especially since the last wave. This is your first time back in the city since the last wave. For the two of you, are either of you trained in society?
Yes.
Okay. Hazel?
Yes.
The first roll of the campaign is yours. Go ahead and roll a society check.
Oh. Just roll a 20. Just do it.
Just do it.
Wait.
Just do a 20. Quick 20.
Wait.
It's so easy.
Just take the dice. Take the 20-sided 20 dice.
Where's my G-damn Phoenix dice?
Choose the weighted one.
Jadam.
Jadam?
Jadem.
Where's my Jadam dice?
give me a second.
Jean-Claude Jadem.
It's okay.
Jean-Claude
Performance
Van
anxiety
Jadam.
happens.
Jean-Claude Jadem.
Frick.
This roll determines.
This is going to be the rest of the campaign. It's just looking for dice.
Oh, there it is. Oh,
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
okay.
Hazel can't roll until we've got the right dice.
This is really important, though.
That's true.
Please, if you roll a nat
believe in
one,
you.
I'm going to lose it.
This is hero
Do you want me
point
to roll?
territory.
That was a bad idea.
Just want to spit on.
I'm cursed.
Yeah, you
I
are.
told you. Like, I don't know why you picked me of all people.
Savage.
Right next to me.
Hey, a couple things though, guys. Don't forget this is Pathfinder, so everybody starts off with a starting hero point.
Correct.
Don't forget your hero point.
And the ones we didn't use during
The
zero?
ones you didn't use in your zeros travel over as well.
Hell yeah.
Sweet, I'm stacked.
we're out.
How bad are
So it's a total of 9.
Total of 9. People are gathering, but it's just. I think the shock of the city, it makes it hard to kind of gauge an estimate of really what else is going on. So unfortunately, that's going to be a failure. You don't glean any additional information other than the crowd seems to be all moving as a herd towards the Liberty Citadel.
Okay.
All right. So with that lack of information, Fenrir and Hazel, what do you do?
Holy shit.
Everyone's gathering up in this one location.
This place got decimated.
Maybe we should see what they're going to do. Stay near the exit
Yeah.
in case of a crowd rush.
Something seems to be going on at the Citadel. Maybe we should head down.
Okay.
Are you all right?
Just bringing back memories. Yeah, let's just go.
Okay.
Two of you join the crowd. You start making your way over to the Citadel. As you are making your way over, Hazel, you hear a voice call out, excuse me, miss, is that Hazel Eyes? Hazel, it's Eyes, right?
Sure. I don't give a
Hazel
fuck.
Eyes. You see a dwarven individual, a red-headed, middle-aged dwarf, a common face for you, Hazel. Back at your place of establishment, the Menagerie, you see Brevin Crackhammer who you know to be one of the senators, a rather high up position in Omeron, amongst the crowd, picks you out as he approaches. Hazel, I hadn't seen you in quite some time. Are you all right?
That's a loaded question. It's nice to see someone familiar, though.
Indeed.
What happened here? Looks like the wave came through.
Indeed, the wave came through. Last wave just gutted the city. It's collapsed underneath itself.
Do you know, is the menagerie still standing?
I'm sorry to tell you. But, from what I understand, the Madame is still doing well, and she's looking to perhaps rebuild the place. And that's true for a lot of folk around here. They're all looking to rebuild as now. We don't know when the next thing's coming, though, so I will say hope is in short supply. But Madame Melinda's doing her part to keep spirits high.
All right, well, that's good. Do you know what's going on at the Citadel?
No idea. But the bells haven't rung like that for quite some time. That means Sovereign-elect Caleb's got something to say.
All right, well, I suppose we should listen.
Looks to the two of you and says, just the two of you? It's an escort, I imagine?
You could say that.
I think
Fenrir.
Sweet Potato comes out from behind one of my ears and says,
Oh.
"The three of us." Oh yeah, you're Sweet Potato.
I was gonna say, yeah. I could do Sweet Potato's voice like that. The three of us. Is that the voice?
Sure.
Sure.
Is that
You see
Is that a
wild?
voice?
You see a tiny field mouse crawl out from behind her ear. He kind of like lives in her hair and ears. And yeah, he's with us. He's my familiar.
Well, why don't you all come with me? Like we said, it's nice to see a familiar face, and depending on Caleb's announcement, it might be nice to be in good company. Given the
Looks
state
to
of things,
Fenrir.
it's always nice to be in good company.
I suppose so.
If you trust him, then
Have I ever had any reason not to
He's
trust
been
the
pretty
senator?
good, pretty
Okay.
decent client, good person. Remembers your birthday.
Aw,
Yeah, he's a good guy.
he's a good guy. We should follow.
Good
Okay.
work,
Goes a long way.
He remembers my birthday.
right? That's the ultimate sign of a good guy.
I have notifications on my stone tablet.
Never forgets the birthday.
Little
Just-
magic ping pops up.
Just while we're walking, she'll ask the senator, have you seen Commander Brahm around here?
Commander Bond.
Bond.
Uh,
Damn it.
No, you're good.
you got
The
caught.
struggle is
You
real.
got yeah.
Or the Patriot Blades in general.
Patriot Blades were pretty active for a while, but I haven't heard much of them since for quite some time. At least several weeks now. Rumor has it that Commander Bond's, well, dead. At least that's what Caleb DePosto's saying.
Did you hear what happened to what's the town?
Bosford.
Bosford? No, we had no word from most of the outlying towns.
Well,
surrounding
that's where we
towns.
just came from.
How is it?
Not good.
Got hit pretty hard with a wave too, did it then?
That's part of the problem.
Among other things.
Well, sounds like y'all got quite a story.
Let's hear what Mr. DePosto has to say, then maybe we can talk.
Certainly. Then anything else for you?
So the Patriot Blades have been active. Do I do like a quick look around to see if any of them are there?
Go ahead, roll a. So you can roll a perception check, but I also know that Fenrir is something of a warrior, so you would also be gauging. You know, you're one of those people who can pick out fighters in a room, right? So you can add you can either roll perception, or I would allow you to use your martial proficiency as the modifiers. It's kind of an off check. We've done this before with Luna, looking to kind of gauge the quality of guards.
All right, I'll go for option 2.
Option 2, your martial proficiency.
Using the gifted dice to see what this first roll is going to be.
First roll of Fenrir's dice.
Not bad. It's rolled a 15, so 23.
23 is very good. 23 is really good. With a 23, Fenrir, it is a massive crowd. It is a massive crowd of tens of thousands of people gathering. Like, this is a big deal. Okay, now the population of the city has been decimated, but it was still, at one point, probably the third largest city on the continent. So it's still a considerable number of people that are together. And as you're moving your way through the crowd with a 23, yeah, you pick up that there are a few people who look like they can handle a weapon hidden amongst the crowd. Not, I say hidden, but moving amongst the crowd. They're not necessarily hidden, but they're not obviously carrying their weapons or anything. And a few maybe are, with the state of the world being what it is now.
Yeah.
So you do see a few folks moving through the crowd that look like they can handle themselves in a fight, with a 23 for sure. Whether they are Patriot Blade specific,
It's too hard to tell.
yeah, no art, no sort of insignia or anything on their equipment or anything that suggests that. But they certainly seems like there are warriors
capable.
amongst the crowd.
Well, let's just say I'm keeping an eye out
Perfect.
in their general direction, depending on, like...
23 was the roll?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Fenrir and Hazel. The two of you are escorted, or guided rather, by Crackhammer up to the Liberty Citadel. The Liberty Citadel is a towering structure. It is a massive fort. You can see that it is just similar to a lot of the other buildings and stuff in infrastructure in Red Hessel. The back half of the building is completely destroyed. It looks like a giant sinkhole opened up and ate it. Right? In fact, it's one of these things where I think for ease of understanding, I'm going to move you guys over to a splash map.
Splash it.
Splash me.
So you guys can see the Liberty Citadel in all of its glory.
What?
Woo,
For our other PCs, you guys are already here. Right?
It's fire.
Go ahead, actually, players, why don't you go ahead and drop your tokens on the map, and I'm just going to go ahead and place people so you guys have an idea of where you are in geography right now.
Hey,
Well,
that's a pretty big ship.
Yeah, you
Fenrir-
noticed that, do you?
You said we wanted to be kind of in the back, like
Near an exit.
Yeah, that's what I thought we were doing.
Yep, you're in a tower over there. So you guys are.
I know where the
I kind
back
of put you on the top, but you're kind of like, I'm just gonna. Oh, don't want to shrink you.
Considering what happened previously,
Yeah.
just...
Eh.
being
Sorry, it's an
very careful
isometric
right now.
map. So you guys are, Amanita and Isfit, you guys are in that tower, that exterior tower wall. There's rooms within the exterior wall. So you guys are in that tower there. Domingo and Calder, you guys are pretty close to where you are. I'm going to move you back. You're actually you're in the building part. That floor is correct, but in that building part. And then Hazel and Fenrir, the two of you are brought by Brevin Crackhammer up to these giant gates, and you can see that the gates are actually manned by a combination of Tempest Isle orcs.
that's
And
new
guards.
for us, right? We haven't seen that.
You've seen you knew that the orcs were coming, but you didn't know how integrated they've become into Caleb's security and into the just sort of like the general military and guards
Yeah.
of Red Hessel. But it looks like they've actually become rather assimilated into the security of, at the very least, the Liberty Citadel.
Got it.
And we're pretty sure these are from Tempest Isle.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I would say
Okay.
that was one of those things that caused a major stir. Now, that was one of those things that word got around the city that was happening, but Caleb never made an announcement, and that irked a lot of people. In particular, without any sort of role, that Bon was very upset about this. Bon was part of the campaign hundreds of years ago that imprisoned one of the initial generations there. Okay, so Brevin brings the two of you up to the gate, and he says, "Wait right here." Steps forward, seems to converse with some of the guards, and comes back to you and says, "We're welcome inside. We don't have to be out here with everybody else." And I mean, crowds are gathering outside of this building right now. right? The gates are closed. And yeah, the bells are ringing, but you can see Caleb the Posto has not emerged yet, but you know that he will be on that top platform. I'm just kind of pinging it now for you guys up there. That's where he typically makes his announcements from. And I think before the end of the world, Hazel, you've been in Red Hestel a while. All of you have been. You would have seen an address made. So I think probably Amanita, you'd be the only one. And the two of you would have been the two that hadn't seen this before. Domingo sees this all
Looking
the
out the
time.
tower window going,
The two in a jail cell just being like,
Yeah.
well, I don't know what's about to fucking happen.
Yeah, you guys are
Entertainment.
Yeah, you guys are in kind of that. So actually, wait, you two, do you follow Brevin into the behind the wall
Is this the only entrance?
that you can
Through
see
the gate?
immediately?
Yeah,
I
we'll
mean,
go,
you can look around.
Yeah, I mean,
we'll go through, but we'll kind of like not go too far in.
Okay, sure. Door, like one of those like little. It's a giant archway, a giant stone archway, but there's a little like side door that you can kind of move in because they're not going to open the whole fucking portcullis for portcullis.
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 Tickliss.
I still don't know what
It's
that
a Harry
is.
Potter
I
spell.
was about, literally was about to say the exact same thing.
That's my dolphin voice.
Oh my God.
You just open.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. So the two of you then will say follow Brevin behind those exterior walls, right? And you can see as they're coming in, as you guys are walking in, kind of riding your previous 23. These people are the fighters. You can tell that these people know how to handle their weapons, but you can also say, what's your perception rank? Is it trained?
Trained.
Trained? The two of you
I'm
can,
expert in perception. It
You're
doesn't
expert in
difference.
perception. The two of you can easily tell that these guys are a little jumpy. They're a little nervous, right? There's kind of an itch like, that's a lot of fucking people out there. That's a lot of, like, they haven't had to deal with this many people surrounding the building in a while, right? So they're kind of a little on edge, all right?
These are not the orcs. This.
The orcs seem pretty comfortable. Orcs
Okay.
are chilling.
I got it.
They're kind of like, yeah, whatever, you know? But, I mean, they're vigilant, but they're not anxious,
Okay.
okay? All right. Jumping from you two. Let's jump to you two. Amanita and Isfit. The two of you are in a sort of a holding cell, for lack of. It's not like a true jail cell. It's more of a chamber in this tower. You were brought here by Arno Greydane, the leader of men-at-arms of the city, right? Was once the captain of the watch, but given the mayhem of everything right now, has seemed to have just kind of become a commander. Arno was with you guys just a little bit ago, settled you here in the room, and then was talked to by an aide. The building is old. You can see that there's destruction on the side, so there's things that move. The building creaks.
Construction today? That's crazy.
Oh yeah, you can see, and even as you guys are coming in, you can see that the building, just no real perception check required. I mean, it has been peppered by in first invasion, the meteorites. You can see exterior wall damage. The two of you know about the dome at the top, and the walls are cracking. Like this towering stone structure that looks like it's been here for fucking generations upon generations is crumbling around you, unfortunately. Not like actively like, oh, we're in danger immediately, but it's definitely seen better days, just like the rest of the continent.
No.
Really?
The
Yeah, this
ongoing
is it at
theme
its
here.
peak.
Isfit,
Yes.
are we in a cottage or a mountain?
Well, it's it's not really a cottage. It's like more or less like it's like a cottage, but really big for no fucking reason.
A really big for no reason cottage.
Yep, there we go. That's a great way. Now, is there like windows in this?
Yeah. There's
Can
like little, like the little arrow slits.
Which way does it like point? Does it point towards the?
All around.
All around. Okay.
Yeah, so there's
great.
2 doors on either side of it that kind of lead into the room. There's a wooden table, a couple of candles lit. It's kind of a dank, dark area. But yeah, there's little arrow slits that you can see out the window. You can see all the crowds gathering.
I'm gonna try both of the doors to see if
Sure.
they're actually locked or if they're just unlocked.
Sure.
Are they locked?
They are locked.
Damn it.
So close.
I wish that would have worked. Okay.
Give a little
so new
trick of the latch and click, click, click.
I think it's fully like Isfit confidently grabs the door and goes, shit, goes to the next one, shit. Okay, new plan. How do I get out of here? How do we get out of here? That's right, we, not I, we. Any
How-
ideas?
I love the hand.
How wide are the How wide are the windows? Sorry, microphone.
Like several inches apart, arrow slits. Amanita's probably small enough that a good, maybe an assisted check. It would be a high check to squeeze through, but it's not impossible. I would
Okay.
allow you to make the attempt.
It's not. It's gonna hold off on that for now.
Sure.
It walks over to the door where Isfit is trying the lock. What makes it open? They point at the. It points at the lock.
What, a key. Do you know what a key is? It's the little metal piece that you put in and you turn it and then it opens doors. I don't know exactly how it works, if I'm being honest, because I've never been a locksmith, but
The jingle ring
the jingle.
on
there
the
we
man
go.
who left.
Oh, yep, that's what we need, is the jingle ring.
Tell you what, Amanita is going to head up to. Look, how tall is the door? Will you lift
Door,
me to see?
so yeah, so these, this is kind of a narrow, like constructed wall. I mean, you can see it was mostly built for defense and then kind of hollowed out afterwards. So I would say the doorway is probably 5.5 feet. Like it's not like tall humans would have to kind of squeeze and crouch through to get it. It's a narrow space.
What's the door made out of?
Door is made out of wood.
Okay. Oh, we can get out.
No, it's
Right.
no, but we can't because the door's locked, so we can't get out.
I can make there be no door.
Can I put my ear to the door to see if there's? Can I do like a perception through the door to see if there's anybody just on the immediate outside of this door?
Sure. Yeah. So you can put your ear up to the door and roll a perception for it. Yeah.
Yep. That is a 14.
A 14, you say?
A 14, I say. That's what I say.
14.
That's what I say. See?
Yeah, it's quiet.
Oh, yes, quite.
With a 14, you press your ear up to the door, and you don't hear much. You hear it sounds like an echoey hallway, so it sounds empty on the other side. But I will say you probably hear similar to what happened previously, the building kind of like crumbly and stuff. Like you hear the stone shifting under its own weight as the whole structure is still settling. But it doesn't seem like you hear any people.
Fuck it, go for it.
Okay. Amanita is
The
going
Rams
to, with its base kinesis active, it is going to use the suppress ability, which destroys an existing piece of element. And wood is part of the
The elemental
elemental
plane
plane
of
of
wood.
plants.
Yeah,
Okay.
wood is an element. Wood is.
Wood definitely is an element.
Yeah,
That's
can't
the quote of the
confirm.
session. Like, wood is definitely an element.
There's
Session
a
title.
plane of plants, which
Yeah.
is different from the plane of earth. It's very confusing.
Yeah,
Plane
there's
of
two.
wood.
Yeah, because there's an elemental plane of wood, which is like very planty. And then there's the elemental plane of earth, which is a lot more like minerals and dirt kind of thing. But yeah, suppress. Yeah, so you said, what does the ability do again? Come on, give me the.
I destroy an existing piece of element, such as snuffing out a flame or evaporating water from a cup. This affects only natural forms of the element. So it wouldn't do like around the lock, like
Yeah,
where
like
it's
kinda
metal.
where it's metal
That's
and
nothing.
manufactured and stuff. Okay, this is a little bit of an off-label use of it, so we're gonna do a check for it.
Like a mouse hole at the
Yeah,
bottom.
yeah, I think like, that's definitely possible. So, what is your spellcasting ability? Is it occultism or primal or?
It is. Just says kineticist DC, and it uses my con mod, so I don't think it's any of that.
Click on the DC.
Yeah.
If it's Path Builder, it'll tell you what school it is.
I'm gonna make you do it.
You do it.
I don't want now.
I can't figure it out.
Trained
I think he's lying because I'm pressing it. I don't see nothing.
I can do it.
It's not happening to me.
I would
doesn't
say on the
matter.
website. I know you can do it. I think that's our
We'll
thing.
call it. Let's just call it a
Yeah,
nature
just
check
call
for
it-
now.
Yeah. It won't let me click on it because it's that.
Yeah. Because I know. I think kineticists are trained in nature, so let's just call it nature for now.
Okay.
Go ahead, roll a nature check. Let's see.
Damn it, it's cocked. That was so good.
Oh, it really was.
Okay, that's worse. But it is a total of 15. I killed
Total of
it.
15. With a 15, you can make enough for you, Amanita, to make it through, but you
Okay.
will need an acrobatics check to squeeze.
Acrobatics.
Can I help?
You can
get
help.
them through it.
Yeah, so you can roll. Normally, I'd have you roll like the same check, but that wouldn't make sense for you to roll an acrobatics. So you can roll athletics to try to push it through.
Great. That's gonna be a 21.
Ooh.
athletics.
Okay, 21 athletics is definitely going to help. You get a +1 to your check there.
Okay. That is
DC is 18.
well, I rolled 10 total.
Okay. 10 total. That is a regular failure. So, Amanita, most of your body makes it through, but your mushroom cap gets kind of stuck.
Oh, no.
You're like, yeah, it's just kind of like the rest of you can kind of squeeze through, but as your hands and legs are trying to go through, your head's getting caught.
It's looking up at the rest of the door.
Yeah.
And it does it again.
Yeah. As Amanita, we'll give you guys a repeat check here in just a moment.
Yeah.
All right. But as Amanita is trying to squeeze through the door, Isfit, I don't know. You're trying to assist. I imagine maybe like pressing down the sides of the mushroom cap to try to squeeze it.
Fully like Isfit's all right. I'm gonna just put this. I don't know if this hurts, but fuck it.
It's like you're moving furniture.
Yeah.
Fuck it. It pushes.
No, you twist this way. No.
When you twist, we twist. I twist.
So Amanita and Isfit, the two of you are in the midst of doing this as you hear the crowds begin to pick up. Right, there's and this has kind of been happening gradually as the two of you have been working on getting out of this holding room. But then, when a crowd starts to gather and you start to hear that like murmur of a large group of people coming together, right? Mm-hmm. One of the things that starts to stand out is when that sound is absent. When the crowd grows quiet. And that's when the two of you start to notice, no perception checks necessary, but Caleb is stepping out, is preparing. You can see there's some activity over in that central building. You can see some lights on in the top room as it looks like Caleb's address is about to begin. You two. Speaking of Caleb's address, as we kind of pan from the courtyard where Hazel and Fenrir are in, up to that broken tower where Amanita and Isfit are, we kind of swing outwards, pass towards the building itself. We go in through the top of that giant broken dome into the throne room proper. The two of you have met Arno Greydane out in the hall. Arno has said, sounds like Caleb is about to issue an address to the city. The two of you were hoping to talk to him. The two of you were on your way to confront him about something. But as you arrived at the Citadel, bells went off. Not literally bells, but like literally bells went off. And then as you're making your way upstairs, you run into Arno, who's kind of like, "Hey boys, how's it going?" not quite so cavalier.
Hey there.
Sup?
Take two.
How,
Take two.
sup, guys?
What did you do, homie?
What's up?
Yeah. Full on
dapping him
dap it up. And Arno says, how's your side of the investigation going? I managed to apprehend the two suspects the two individuals that Caleb had asked. I haven't had a chance to question them properly yet until when all of this started happening.
Do you know what Caleb is doing?
No idea. I was hoping to ask you. Kind of gestures to you, Domingo.
Well, I mean, we've found out some information that we'd like to take directly to my father. So we just wish to discuss further. You mentioned you arrested some suspects.
Well, Suspects as decided by Sovereign-elect and Lelanto Seed.
Ah, I see.
Under their advisement.
What were the name of the suspects?
There's two of them. A Shisk named Isfit. Seems shady.
Fair enough.
And their companion, a small Leshy named, I believe it's named Amanita.
Interesting. I just kind of like look over at.
That one's not quite as sketchy, but
By association.
Cuts back for a moment.
Mushroom.
Boing, boing.
Just into the fucking hole.
just take a couple bites out.
Start tripping.
It's like everyone knows Amanita
Very
just joined the wrong
poisonous.
crowd.
It would hurt.
Maybe we could still save it.
Is Athena Elra present?
Athena is Elra.
Yes.
Can't imagine what a merchant has to do with anything, but not that I've seen.
Curious.
That being said, she might be here. It looks outside the window. Looks like the whole fucking city's here.
Yes. What is driving this address?
Not sure.
We might be able to talk to Caleb before he gets out there. See if we can get an idea of what is in store for us.
It's true. Is my father walking out now?
You should be addressing the crowd soon. Looks like people are settling in, so let's head upstairs.
Yes, we may have to catch him afterwards. It would be unbecoming to interrupt him prior to a speech.
Is the guy still there?
Who? Arno?
Yeah.
Yeah, Arno's with you. He's going to come with you guys.
Arno, why don't you go on ahead? We'll catch up with you. What did you say the suspects were?
Shisk named Isfit, and a Leshy named Amanita.
And they're in one of the holding cells nearby?
Yeah, we have them in the exterior wall.
Okay. Thank you. Domingo.
And then Arno makes his way.
He just peeks around the corner, make sure he's far gone. Like, all right. Domingo, it has been nice getting to know you.
As you as well. We've had quite a few adventures.
Yes.
Sounds like
I
we're
wouldn't
about
have
to break
thought
up.
that.
Yeah.
Really did.
I wouldn't have thought that I would have enjoyed your company, but I've grown quite fond of you.
I understand. I think I feel the same, but
Yes.
this is kind of hard to suggest.
What would you be suggesting?
Maybe we talk to the criminals or the suspects because it's
ACAB.
it doesn't.
I mean, why would they be held if they were not criminals? I don't understand. But continue. Sorry.
What a great question.
Well,
Actually, you guys do hear that voice. You don't see anything, but you do hear that voice ask, "What a great question." That happened in game.
What?
You hear that?
Jesus.
Guys, don't worry about it. Just continue the plot. Go ahead.
Swords are out. Fucking. I got weapons out. I'm ready. What
Weapons out, looking around. You don't see anything immediately.
Assassin.
Assassino.
Assassino.
We played Assassin's Creed.
Hell yeah, dude.
Assassino.
I'm keeping the blades out just in case. But
Just get a lot of looks from the guards.
Wait, they hear us? Right. Can I roll a perception? I would roll. That's a nat 1, so I see nothing.
You see nothing.
Must have been the wind.
Is that the Domingo's?
I also got a one.
First round.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's the first nat 1.
Two nat ones.
I got a yeet.
You guys feel a light sort of breeze rush through. Like, better luck next time. Better luck next time.
I don't even know. We should put someone on that.
Maybe I need to stop drinking the water.
It
It's
is
post-apocalyptic
definitely
waters. We'll get to you.
Yes,
But Domingo,
It was a crazy night.
shared psychosis aside,
Yes.
it's based on what we've seen, and I think I want to be as cordial and kind as I can with this. You've seen the way your father treats you, yourself.
What do you mean? My father loves me.
Damn. Yes, he does. And
Roll a
still,
deception check.
No, Domingo believes this.
Yeah, you believe it. Do you believe it?
Papa loves me. He did it one
Papa.
time when I was 6.
He gave me a side hug that one time. I was so happy. I wrote about it in my diary.
I believe that Caleb loves Domingo as much as he loves anyone else except himself.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Yes, and yet his interests will always come before yours.
Well, it's the family's interest. It should be. That is the way.
What if what's best for the family is worst for you?
Worst?
Yes, my grammar isn't great. I wasn't taught.
That's fair. Well, look, I will accept your grammar.
Accept your grammar.
Wild.
Accept your
You stay out of this!
This assassin's a real asshole. He's just taunting us now.
Domingo,
Yes. So,
you do great things for your family, and your brother gets all the credit. It is not your brother's fault. It is the person.
it's just the games we play. You know.
But
Little. Sometimes I win. Most of the time he wins. But
what if your games are putting your people in trouble? Domingo, okay, I'm not gonna. Your dad is poisoning people.
well, no, that's Lelantos. My father would never.
Who's paying Lantos?
He's very wealthy. I don't think he needs to be paid.
You also know that he seems to have a noble woman sponsor, Athena Salra.
Yes.
So.
Well, that's why we must speak to Athena. You also had a very interesting reaction when we found out that information.
Yeah.
Could you explain further?
I believe that she might be my mother,
Really? Then we should just talk to her post-haste and introduce you.
or
I would love to know my mother.
you know.
Oh.
So would I. Domingo, me too. Except she doesn't want to know me, so I'd rather not.
Have you talked to her? How do you know?
How do I?
This is a deep conversation
God, we're really
just before interrogating people.
Let's go see the criminal
Okay.
and see if they're
Criminals.
actually
He's talking about you
criminals. And if they're,
No.
let's find out if they're actually criminals. And if they're not, I think you need to look at your father because I think he's putting you in danger by being a bad politician.
I don't think you understand how politics works, but that's fine. We'll do it your way. I will humor you this time. Let's see what happens. Let's discuss. Should we listen to the speech first before we go find? I mean, we did kind of forget to ask which tower. There's at least 4 towers, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, you're correct. There's at least 4. The 5th one in the back is
You
destroyed.
said you'll catch up.
Yes. How about this? Let's catch up with Anna. Let's listen to the situation. Maybe we're able to catch my father. Have a brief discussion. And then talk with these prisoners, criminals, whoever. And learn a bit more. Because they are a key piece in this investigation. Because we have not concluded it.
Fine. I'm just saying, be cautious.
Be cautious. I mean, would you think that of your father?
Yes, he's a terrorist.
Oh, I didn't want to say it myself, but
Look,
I kind of agree.
I respect what he is trying to do, but he was doing it in a. we can love our fathers and know that they are wrong, and then usurp, fix them.
You sir.
I said fix.
Fix.
You said you
Just.
I just imagine an assassin in the rafters being like, "You clearly said you served."
Swings back in the shadows.
Yeah, slinks in the shadows.
Actually,
I do enjoy this treasonous talk. We're in the middle of the apocalypse. I understand. Emotions are high. Let's figure this out. Let's follow Arno. Understand what's going on. Ask a few more questions. And do some additional investigating. I think we may be kindred souls. I mean, even though we could use a bit of armor for you. I'm gonna just use prestidigitation and then just shine one spot. Yeah, I could do.
We'll actually remove some of the paint.
I was
was
about
just
to
gonna
say,
say-
yeah, take the paint off.
Oh,
They could potentially move all the paint.
we'll
Clean
make
it
this right as rain later.
One of your golden pauldrons is just back to a rough burnished metal.
It's very shiny. It looks good this way.
He goes back to his default smile that you've seen before. All right, let's go.
Oh no.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to offend you.
Can I get a couple of perception checks from the two of you?
Yeah.
Also, Alex, sorry, I keep kicking this camera if you want to just keep an eye on it.
I'm so distracted by the new shiny part of the armor.
Perfect.
That, I see nothing pretty much.
Okay.
Well, it's like a. What is it? 9?
Yeah, you see nothing.
I got a. Wait a second. I got a 20.
A dirty 20.
Is it oof?
Yeah, oof. I looked at oof and I was like, oh.
Is it oof?
Oof is
Nat 1?
No, yeet.
Yeet's nat 1.
Oh, you
Oof is a natural 20.
Oof is natural.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
While your armor is
Sorry.
being defaced, you look around and you see Kaldor. Those guards that were keeping a close eye on you because of your weapons, they're getting closer. They're moving towards you. And with a natural 20, what you also see is a company of very well-armed people making their way up the staircase past you. You guys are kind of tucked off in the side of a hallway where you guys had talked to Arno, right? Arno kind of left and stuff. And as you are having your conversation, a couple of guards are approaching you, right? And beyond them, with a natural 20, you see a company of other men-at-arms making their way up the stairs towards the throne room that you know will lead out onto the balcony where Caleb is giving his address. Amongst these people, with your natural 20, you see an elven man dressed in mercenary's armor, right? A rather well-kept armor, right? Well-oiled, dark, right? Efficient, the look of a warrior. And he has at his side an incredibly long halberd as he is making his way towards the stairs.
I think.
As he's making his way up the stairs with his group, his entourage of mercenaries, or people, men-at-arms.
I think I'm going to.
Basically people with weapons.
Can I start doing an action, or can I do it a quick action?
Depends on the quick action.
Where is it? I'm looking for a cantrip. I think there's one where roots come up and grab people. I wanted to try to stop them from coming towards us.
They're going upstairs. The other guards are coming towards you.
I see. Do they seem to have similar regalia?
Yeah, actually, so the ones coming towards you are very much dressed in kind of the livery of the Deposto, the Republic of Omeron, right? Dressed in, it's damaged gear, right? It's hard to find people to maintain it, but gear that would have been, standard issue for officers and guards. The ones making their way up, right? They are dressed in more black mercenaries outfits.
Right. I think I grabbed Domingo by his collar and just, Caleb's in danger, and it just kind of push you away, and then But I say it into his ear and just kind of push him away, and then I walk towards the guards that are coming to me.
Okay.
And go, "Hello, men."
The guards walk towards you. As you're coming towards you, your weapons are still out. They're going to draw their weapon. They're going to like start to make for their weapons as well. And they're going to stand and say, "You there, Grimspawn, or you're half-orc, right? Yes. You, Droma, put your weapons down. This is the Liberty Citadel."
Now wait, gentlemen. He's with me.
Mr. DePosto,
Now, what is... Did you indicate anything of...
Yeah.
I'm like looking around.
I think I mentioned Caleb was in danger and like pointed over with my head to the people going up the stairs.
Gentlemen, what... Who's going up the stairs? Why is all this movement happening?
they look back to you. One of them leans in and starts whispering something quietly into the other's ear.
Can I use my read lips?
Sure you can.
Skill feat.
You can go certainly use read lips.
Read them lips.
Go read them lips, boy.
Figure out what they're trying to say.
So that's a society check.
What is that?
Huh? What's
That's
the
a
number?
spell.
Yeah.
It's a 7.
Oh, I can't see it from this angle.
He's a barbarian. He doesn't need numbers.
True. I just rolled 20s.
Just roll
And
20s.
That is going to be...
Yeah, just roll 20s.
It's going to be 13.
A 13?
Yeah.
13, you catch a couple of pieces. You don't get the full sentence, but you'll get a couple of words. You'll get, you definitely recognize they say something about deposto, and they also say the word prisoner. Those are the two words you get. Those are the two words that you're able to kind of glean as this guard like leans in. You can clearly see the shape of the words deposto because it's your own goddamn name. You should recognize it. And then the other word that you pick up in that exchange is prisoner. And as that exchange happens, swords are drawn.
I'm going to cast grease right underneath them.
We are going to be having to go to initiative here, but as that's happening,
Yeah.
right? So we'll get to initiative here for you guys in a second. As this is happening, though, outside. Whoa. Sorry. Sorry, Mikes. I'm not used to having. Never mind. For those of you that can see the balcony that Caleb now stands on, that is the two of you and the two of you. You two are inside, being caught up by guards. You other four, you can see up on the front balcony of the Citadel as Caleb DePosto walks out. Caleb DePosto, an older human man, right? Slicked back, graying hair, deep wrinkles, right? But not the kind of deep lines on a face that shows that someone laughed a lot, but more the deep lines that show a fixed scowl. Dressed in dark burgundy and gold robes as he makes his way out onto the balcony, and people all look up, eagerly expecting to hear what he has to say. And as he stands on the balcony and he begins to speak and he addresses the crowd, "My fellow Omeranians, the times are difficult for all of us. It has been some time since I have addressed you all." He doesn't get very far before he stops, and you can see he's got that gemmed crown on his head. And he pauses shortly after introducing himself, and he looks back. Those of you down below can't see what he's looking to, but something seems to distract him. Though you two actually can probably see as a dark figure steps out onto the platform alongside him. Another figure joins. The three seem to have a brief exchange. All of you are too far to hear. You guys were going to be closer, but...
Oops.
All of you are too far to hear the exchange that takes place. You two see a flash of light. The flash of a weapon being caught in the glimmer of the monarch's red moon. You hear a scream. And all of you down below see as Caleb falls back towards the balcony, his robes, his golden robes, kind of torn asunder off of his chest as he's now suffering a grievous wound. He falls to his feet. The whole crowd is silent, right? Silent enough that even at this distance, the sound of that crown falling off his head, hitting the stone, still rings out across the keep, across the citadel. He calls, he screams, he pleads for his life. Please, there are other ways to solve this. I am sorry. He calls out. There's a crack, up above, the stars overhead begin to twinkle brightly. The sky flashes. Amanita, Isfit, as you look at Amanita's eyes, you can see the constellations kind of reflexively blinking back, copying what's happening with the stars above. And then you see a nebula begin to form in the sky, a silver, cobalt blue, teals and pinks kind of mixing together in the sky until it forms the visage of an impossibly large, titanic dragon. There's a shower of light as the dragon's maw opens, and the light of the night sky bleeds into its maw. You can see it swirling and warbling in a maelstrom that has now appeared between these jaws as the monarch, the red moon, is dragged into the abyss. The sky overhead flashes crimson light of the red moon as it fades over Histaeria. The celestial dragon in the sky begins to disintegrate into a shower of light after having devoured the red moon.
Do we see where those lights go?
They just kind of like sprinkle offwards into the night sky.
They
just
become
kind of
stars.
Yeah, they just kind of go back to being stars. Like the night sky just kind of like fixes itself after the stars kind of made this shape, a constellation come to life that becomes matter almost, and eats the moon.
Hashtag blessed.
Shit.
No.
Hashtag kill the gods.
So, what is the crowd like freaking out?
The crowd is freaking out below. The people up top are also kind of freaking out. I mean, you see that like the trio up top that were on the balcony are also like stunned as they look to the sky. The crowd below is, like you said, freaking out. People are calling out. They think it's the next stage of the invasion, unsure of what to do. And then suddenly there's a loud crack of lightning. Right? That's the one. As the dust settles, on that same balcony, you now see another figure has joined, a fourth figure. Unfortunately, again, you two don't see, but you four do see. You two quite difficultly. Kabok Stormborn, the young orcish leader, the young Dromar leader of the Tempest Isle Holes, has teleported in a crack of lightning onto the bridge. You see from distance as he walks over to the now fallen crown, picks it up, walks to the balcony, holds it over his head, and breaks it as he pulls it apart. There is the sound of metal screaming. All of you outside kind of begin to smell ozone in the air as clouds begin to kind of come in along the outside. Lightning and electricity kind of flashing in Kabok's hands as he holds on to the metal. And in another crash of thunder, he just pulls his hands apart and now has the two halves of the crown of Omeron in either hand. Now we roll initiative.
Oh.
All of us?
All of us.
Okay. Everybody.
I was just gonna say to Hazel that we should probably get going.
Let's leave.
I need an
Time
adult.
to take care.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
Guys, Let's go ahead and get those initiatives real quick, and then I want to get some reactions too. I want to see from the rest of the crew here. But let's start with Caldor. We'll go this way. Caldor to Hazel. Caldor, what'd you get?
I have a 19.
19. Domingo, what'd you get?
16.
Fenrir, what'd you get?
15.
Amanita.
16. My dex is +1.
Domingo, what's your dex?
Mine's +2 for Dex.
Domingo, you go first.
Yeah.
Isfit, what'd you get?
8.
Nice. Hazel, what'd you get?
Also 8.
Who has the higher dex between the two of you?
Plus
My
1.
dex is +3.
You go.
We'll be lowest.
Dex.
Okay. So, before we jump into combat and everything here, and with initiative now collected, just some quick reactions. Isfit,
I think.
what do you think as you watch?
I think as everything unfolds, Isfit is like kind of peering through like one of the
The arrow slit.
arrow slits,
Yeah.
and he like sees the setup happen at the start, and sees the figure walking up, and he's kind of like, I think Amanita would hear Isfit kind of being like, "Oh, that's not. Oh, no, fuck!" As he just watches this all thing goes down as he sees Deposto get like stabbed or hit, and he's like, "Shit!" And then the sky opens above them and a dragon, and he's like, "Great, this is fucking great. Okay, all my plans are out the fucking window, I guess. Amanita, I think we're screwed. But chaos is usually a good spawn of things. Okay, not that bad." And weirdly, he's smiling again, like perfectly
What a
fine
ride.
with the chaos that's happening around. And then teleports in, and he's like, "God damn it, really? I was okay. I think. Okay, new player broke the crown. God, okay, dividing power. Got to figure that out now. Shit." And like, I think it's just a lot of like processing out loud, and so Amanita's just hearing every thought that is in his head constantly.
Amanita, what's your reaction?
Amanita is listening, but it saw Deposto fall, and it remembers the hole in the chest of the Leshy that it discovered in Lolantos's gang hideout. And there is that brief moment of sorrow for Deposto as he falls, and Amanita says a little right for this falling figure. And I think as Amanita is wishing that he return to the dust that crafts the stars oblige and become a dragon and eat the moon. And as it watches, a dragon constellation forms in one of its eyes, then sails over to the other and consumes the moon. And as it witnesses that, I think there is a flash. It sees this tree. It sees these figures fighting arbiters and Brahm. And it doesn't understand, but it sees Cuthbert. It sees everyone in that space. It sees Thadril's egg cracking. And then we're back in this space, and hearing Isfit, it turns to him and says, "I still will not let them fuck you."
That's why I love you. Now we need to really get the fuck out of
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yes.
You two hear that voice.
I think hearing that voice, Isfit just goes, "Yeah, that's today," and just keeps on going like nothing happened.
Fantastic. Hero point for Amanita.
Thank you.
For that callback. We'll tell you.
Oh, I know. I got told.
And then Hazel Fenrir. Your guys' reactions.
So we only saw Caleb and then
And Kavok.
Kavok.
You saw
Those
from
only
your
two
view,
figures.
You see Caleb. You see Caleb like fall back, right? Clearly injured.
Yeah.
Right, in terms of like the way the body moves, and then you see the lightning strike where Kavok lands, and you watch as Kavok stands at the end and breaks that crown in two.
I'll say my immediate reaction seeing those two happening is that we need to leave from here. Fenrir's a man on a mission. This doesn't look like it has anything to do with that. It looks like it's gonna get
Wait.
dangerous.
This could be Bon. Bon might be here.
Yep. How are we gonna get to Bond? Do you see
as you're wondering this, the two of you hear a pained scream. You turn back and you see one of the guards, one of the human guards who is anxious, has been stabbed by one of the orcs.
Yeah.
Ah, shit.
Now do you think we should...
Okay, let's go.
As weapons are being drawn all around you, the Crackhammer is looking to you as, oh shit, this is bad, this is bad. As, yeah, you can see just weapons being drawn, guards, orcs, and you can hear the crowd on the other side of the gate panicking. Two
Yeah,
of
we're
you,
running.
you guys hear all the chaos erupting outside just as you are trying to make it past these two guards who are now drawing weapons on the two of you. I'll give you the opportunity to do. You can go ahead, like describe your initial vocal reaction, but you don't know what's happened outside.
Right. Don't know what is happening outside. I just know that these two guards, who I thought were loyal retainers,
You thought were
now
loyal
do
retainers.
not seem so loyal.
Do not
But
seem very loyal at all.
Domingo has been a part of court politics for his entire life, so he reacts quickly, and like immediately is casting grease underneath them, just to get that out of the way to be able to get away.
Okay. All right, Kaldor, what's your initial reaction? I would say two.
Slip and fall. Time to go.
The two of you actually, though you can't see what happened with Caleb on the front of the building. Like
But we
looking
hear
out-
all the sounds.
You hear all the sound, and then looking out like a side window, you would have seen the monarch getting devoured by.
Would the guards also kind of been like?
Yeah, I would say
entranced at the
everybody
time,
start.
or
Yeah,
no?
everybody would have been like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking just like, what is happening? We need to. You have to help my father.
Yeah. I think Kaldor, he kind of isn't surprised by any of this, honestly. Like, he's been only really part of the politics for the last few weeks.
Yeah, handful or so. Couple months.
And in that time, all you've seen is just garbage. And just betrayal and nonsense. So he's not surprised by any of this. So I think what he's going to do is pull out a card and cast Ignition as it lights on fire on the grease.
On your turns, you can certainly do that.
But,
right.
Right, it's just we're reacting immediately, right? You know,
Well,
there's so much happening as you're seeing the moon that is gone. It's just chaos.
Sure.
You're hearing screaming.
Oh,
There's a
sure.
lot
Wait.
going on. So
in the past few months, would Kaldor have been able to spend time with Kalbach?
Yeah, I would say you'd have been able to like meet up once in a while, because Kabok took quite a liking to you as well.
Because I think I would have asked to train with him if he would let me once in a while.
Sure.
So I think when he hears the thunder crash, I think he has an idea of what's.
Yeah, you would even hear the music of Kabok's magic, that kind of like deep, throaty chanting as Kabok is breaking the crown. You don't know what Kabok is doing, but you know that Kabok is there, and you can feel Kabok's magic resonating within you.
Okay.
As that's happening.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah. All right. Well, guys, we will be coming when we come back from break here. We will be hopping into initiative proper. We'll be moving to our combat maps, and we will be getting the rebellion underway. So,
rebellion. My father's still running the country. I don't know what you're talking about.
What we're talking about.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
All right, guys.